It is 5:20 on the morning of the 24th of May 2022. I'm at Goldhawk Road Station in West London to go and get on the very first Elizabeth Line train from Paddington. After years of waiting, the opening day has finally come for the Elizabeth Line, and I'm on my way to Paddington Station to catch the first ever eastbound departure with the central section towards Abbey Wood. Upon arriving at Paddington, it initially seemed surprisingly quiet, with a relatively empty concourse. However, that thought changed as soon as I walked around the side of the station towards the Crossrail entrance, where there was already a large number of people awaiting entry to the station, despite it being over 45 minutes until the departure of the first service. I headed through the barricades and into the area dedicated for people queuing up for entry, which had to be extended further back later on, as more people than expected ended up coming for the initial departure. After around 20 minutes of waiting, the amount of news cameras and media teams increased, and rumours of the Mayor's presence began to surface. Not long before the opening time, the Mayor of London Sadiq arrived alongside Andy Byford, the TfL Commissioner.
I can't get my camera high enough. Bugger. There we go.
Around 6:15, the gates began to open, and the large crowd of people, which had vastly grown behind me over the time I was waiting, began to pour into the station for the first ever time.
It's already a bottom, mate. Everyone's heard of Karen.
I headed through the gate and down the escalators into the main Elizabeth Line concourse, where people were already heading through the barriers and down to the platforms. I continued down the escalators and onto the platforms, awaiting the first ever eastbound train to pull in.
Media scrum goes down that way, we'll get it.
Good morning everyone, I am absolutely delighted to announce that the train now approaching platform A is your very first Paddington Elizabeth Line service to Abbey Wood via Canary Wharf. It's been years in the making, tons of effort has come to this moment. Once again, train now on platform A, which the doors will be opening shortly, is your Elizabeth Line service to Abbey Wood by Canary Wharf. And also a slight correction on my part, the train currently on platform A is not in service. Your next train will be the first train to Abbey Wood, departing at 06:33. Thank you very much. Is your Elizabeth Line service to Abbey Wood via Canary Wharf. Please move right down the platform, move right down the train. These trains are 9 cars long, please move right down the platform. I know we all want to be at the front, but please move right down the platform. Please move right down the platform and train. Train now approaching. Is your first Elizabeth Line service from Paddington to Abbey Wood via Canary Wharf. This train will be calling at Tottenham Court Road, Farringdon, Liverpool Street, Whitechapel, Canary Wharf, Custom House, Woolwich, and finally, Abbey Wood. Once again, we're incredibly busy this morning, so please move right down inside the train, spread yourselves out. Train currently on platform A.
With those enthusiastic announcements from Amari, it was time to board the train and shortly depart for the first ever time towards Abbey Wood.
This train is now ready to depart, please.
This is the first one. How you feel anyway? Here we go, so we're ready.
Next station, Tottenham Court Road.
A few minutes after departure, we passed through the still closed Bond Street station, which is due to open later on in the year.
入 TFL， 今日入 TFL 1港1。啊，庞大迪那美好的电机声。
We then pulled in to our first official stop at Tottenham Court Road. I plan to look in depth at many stations across the transport network in London, including the brand new Elizabeth Line stations, so make sure you subscribe in order to see those as soon as I release them. Feel free to leave a comment outlining which stations you'd like to see an in-depth look at the most.
Tottenham Court Road. Stop 1.
Welcome to the Elizabeth Line. Please tag us on the social media, hashtag Elizabeth Line.
Let's do it. Elizabeth Line cupcake. Did you make these? Did you make them?
Yes.
What's your name?
Sawyer.
No, don't take it from me. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
I remember seeing you at the transport
How long ago was that?
2019.
You're smaller than you are now.
And of course, I managed to bag myself the last of the Crossrail cupcakes.
Was it in the staff?
Different company did. No, BAI now runs that.
British Transport Police on 61016.
So that was done as a trial while they were putting out bids for the system, and then BAI got the contract.
After calling at the rest of the stops en route, we pulled into Abbey Wood, the last stop on the first ever eastbound service along the central Crossrail core. After a look around the new platforms at Abbey Wood, I headed back on a westbound service as rumours about a 9:30 mayoral press conference at Woolwich began to surface. As the rumoured 9:30 time approached, Sadiq Khan and many other TfL officials arrived at Woolwich Station to hold a press conference regarding the opening day.
People gathered along the whole platform making use of all the space available.
Nearing 11 AM, I headed back west towards Paddington as Geoff Marshall was arranging an event in order to celebrate the opening of the line and provide a great end to a great morning.
1, 2, 3, 4. And no one is your destination. Lots of Only one day, one time to do this journey. Everyone knows this bit.
I only wanna see you riding on the purple train. Purple train, purple train. Is someone singing this live? Purple train, purple train. Purple train, purple train. Count 4 bars, 2, 3, 4. I only wanna see you riding on the purple train. Go.
Never wanted to be your pig lover.
That's my favorite band. Purple train, purple train. 3. Purple train, purple train. Purple train. Just keep doing it forever. Purple train, purple train, purple train. Gorgeous. Is this going on TikTok?
Yeah.
Purple train, purple train. One more time. I only want to see you riding on the purple train.
Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing for similar content, and I've left some links down to other people's perspectives of the opening morning. Comment down below any suggestions you have for future videos, and leaving a like always helps.